On this episode of Three Tool Players, we give our votes for the 2026 All-Star teams for both the National and American Leagues. Should Bryce Harper or Kyle Schwarber start for the Phillies as the host team? Anthony Volpe certainly isn't getting there from the Yankees. The National League outfielder group is deep, and Spear thinks that you shouldn't vote for laundry. All this and more on this episode of Three Tool Players. Welcome to Three Tool Players. I'm Chris Spear, and alongside me, as always, are the Hammer brothers. Brian and Dan Hammer. Say hello to the internets, fellas.
Hello to the internets, fellas.
Ahoy, ahoy.
The 2026 All-Star Game ballots are officially out. It is time to cast your ballots for who should be representing the American and National Leagues at the 2026 All-Star Game, hosted in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania at Citizens Bank Park. And I got to think, Dan, you got to be pretty excited about the prospect of the All-Star Game in Philadelphia. I know you're a big fan of going to like the festivities, maybe getting to see some of the players, getting their autographs. Got to be kind of exciting to have it in the Phillies home stadium at Citizens Bank Park.
Absolutely. I can't wait for it. Now, with my chance of getting tickets for the Home Run Derby and the All-Star Game, it kind of changed. I was actually surprised by it because back then, I believe if anyone had season tickets to that stadium, you could go to both the Home Run Derby and All-Star Game, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if it was changed because of how in demand these tickets were, but I was only able to choose one or the other. So, of course, I'm going to choose Home Run Derby. You want to see dudes hitting dingers.
That's an interesting choice. I think I would have gone the All-Star Game route. Spear, if it was a choice between Home Run Derby and an All-Star Game, what would you do?
I don't know, honestly, to tell you the truth. I mean, the All-Star Games lack punch. They lack some sort of competitive nature to them sometimes because there's not a lot of chemistry on the field. Like the guys don't know each other all that well. But the Home Run Derby ends up being kind of like a show. So that's a tough one.
I've already experienced an All-Star Game. It was probably by far the worst All-Star Game known to man. Maybe this is the reason why.
Yeah.
It's not the worst. Dude, the worst game ever was 2002 because it ended in a tie.
That's true.
All right, let's just call it what it is.
That's
all
true.
Right?
That's
the second worst was when Ted Williams hit the wall. I think it was in 1951 and like broke his arm. And that's a lot. That's saying a lot coming from a Yankees fan and saying that for Teddy Ballgame coming from Boston. But Dan is throwing shade at the game that he got to attend with me back in Old Yankee Stadium back in 2008, where that game lasted 14 innings. And Dan, we've already touched on beautiful Danny Ugla.
Dan Ugla. I can't believe he shares my name.
Three freaking errors that evening, and we all got to have extra bonus baseball. Everybody wanted to go home. I get it. People were cranky. Dan was one of them. And
yeah.
it was a good time. The American League ended up pulling it out. But I will say, yes, there is some credence to the Home Run Derby. I went to that one the night before with our good buddy Tom. We got to see a heck of a show. Do you happen to remember who put on that hit display that evening?
Of course, Josh Hamilton.
Absolutely.
Destroying the ball.
Josh Hamilton. And I got to be about a few rows sections back from the first base line. And let me tell you, it was just all-inspiring to see the trajectory of that ball just leave his bat, which even more dumbfounding, he didn't even win the Home Run Derby. He sets the record for that round, but he runs out of gas for the finals.
Out of gas, that's right.
And do you remember who he lost to?
You know, it's funny. I don't. I just remember Hamilton going nuts.
I'll tell you exactly who. That's right. You don't remember the winner. I do, because this is the same guy that robbed Derek Jeter of his MVP one year. Justin Morneau of the Minnesota Twins.
That's not a name that people really remember. You know what I mean?
No.
Not a name you remember. I don't know, Dan. I think you made the right choice.
Did you hear how he just how he spoke up about that? How he marveled at Josh Hamilton's home runs, but yet he would still pick the All-Star Game. I had
an even better time at the All-Star Game, dude.
Tough one for me. I've never been to an All-Star game. I've never been to an All-Star game, so I might go to the All-Star game first, but I don't think you go wrong either way. Let's talk about the guys that are on the ballot for this game. Let's start with first base. We'll do it for both the American and National League. Let's start with first base. For the National League, I think the choice is simple. It's got to be Bryce Harper. With all due respect to Freddie Freeman, with all due respect to Matt Olson, if Bryce Harper is not starting the All-Star game in Citizens Bank Park for the National League, Philly riots.
I'm going to level with you. Philadelphia better start greasing up those poles because I'm coming right out of the gate with Matt Olson. Harper's great. No judgment there. He belongs on the All-Star team. Matt Olson has been a far better contributor to his team. The fact that Atlanta has been absolutely cruising for this first couple of months. Matt Olson gets my vote. Daniel, we know what your answer is going to be already.
Oh yeah, what's my answer, Bry? Tell me.
You want Harper. We know.
No, I don't.
Sure you do.
I go by the numbers, dude. I have Matt Olson taking the nod.
Wow. All right.
Dude,
That's pretty ballsy.
You can't complain from Matt Olson's numbers right now. Dude's batting over 270. He has 19 home runs, 50 RBI, and he has an over 900 OPS. Dude is raking. You just have to give him the nod. Even though Bryce Harper is putting up some good numbers, it's not anywhere near where Matt Olson is right now.
His OPS is only slightly below Matt Olson's, to be fair. He's got an 893 OPS to Matt Olson's 903. To be fair, he's got 14 home runs. He's got 14 home runs to Olson's 19 as we're sitting here right now.
Yep.
But Matt Olson is leading all National League first basemen in WAR, slugging, OPS, home runs, total bases, and runs batted in. By all rights, it should be Matt Olson. But if it's not Bryce Harper starting at first base in Citizens Bank Park, I feel like something is wrong. Because I think you got to have somebody on the Phillies who's going to be a starter. And we can get into some of the other folks that from the Phils that might make the team a little bit later on, because I think there's another interesting battle forming somewhere down the ballot.
I'll tell you this. My heart says Bryce Harper. My brain says Matt Olson.
Yeah, and that's the right answer.
But what do your balls say, Daniel?
There you go.
Rafael Devers.
There you go. Ugh. Let's go to the other side of it, where there may be another debate to be had. It's got to be between Nick Kurtz and Benjamin Rice.
There's no debate. It's
Ben
Rice.
Okay.
It's Ben Rice all the way.
Okay.
All the way.
Okay.
Like there's no argument here. Let's just move on before I get irate. You'll have to grease my polls. Wait, that didn't come out right.
Nick Kurtz has a 3.3 WAR at this stage in the game. He's again slightly below an OPS. Ben Rice has got a 1.005. Nick Kurtz has a 0.967. He's got 15 home runs to Ben Rice's 18 home runs. It's not a fait accompli here for Ben Rice, I don't think.
Where is he doing this? Is he doing this in the biggest stage in all of baseball lore, or is he doing it in some podunk third-rate minor league stadium in front of 2,000 people?
That's geography. I don't think that matters.
It absolutely matters. The bright lights, the big city.
Doesn't matter.
Ben Rice gets it done. Stop it. Move on. You're embarrassing yourselves.
What do you think, Dan?
I'm going to have to go with Brian on this one with Ben Rice because, well, yes, he's right. He's in a bigger market, and he's going to get a lot of votes being in the bigger market. Since he has better numbers, he's the only first baseman that has over 1,000 OPS right now.
And he's going toe-to-toe against Aaron Judge in stats.
He's not competing with Aaron Judge. He's on the same damn team.
Sorry. Let me walk it back a little. All right. He is literally going tit for tat with Judge, right? It's like anything you can do, I can do better. No, you can't. Yes, I can. It's great to watch this. It's like watching up until when Judge got hurt, of course, and we'll see how irate I get in a moment about that. But the idea is it was like watching Mantle and Maris literally just this, the summer of 61, right? Just chasing Babe Ruth. It has that same sort of magic. You got to give it to Ben Rice. I get what you're saying about Kurtz. He's a wonderful player. He's been just crushing the ball, but come on, there's no comparison when it comes to what Ben Rice is doing on the field.
I just like messing with you. It's easily Ben Rice. I think I had him on my ballot too.
Well, here's the thing, though. Nick Kurtz, he's going to make the team. Absolutely.
That's right. That's
And
right.
Yeah,
but
of course.
the starter is definitely going to be Ben
Yeah.
Rice.
I just like messing with Brian.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right.
Second base is a bit of a poo-poo platter for both leagues.
Hmm.
I could tell you who it's not. It's not Jazz Chisholm. Jazz Chisholm, for all of his
No.
bluster about hitting 50 home runs or whatever he wanted to do early in the year, settle down, buddy.
And going on, what was it, the Tonight Show?
Yeah.
Let me say something. All right. I'm not a fan. I haven't been from the start. Yes, he's got pop, and that's great, but the man strikes out 3 times a game. Go 1 for 4. There's your home run or there's your base hit. But I'm not impressed with his defense. Yes, he's got speed, but I'm sorry, he's not my choice. He is absolutely not my choice. And Yankee fans can hate me, that's fine. But there's so many better choices out there. So I'll leave it to two of you for your choices because I've got mine in my back pocket here.
Well, who you got, Dan? What do you think?
Well, the only person that like really stands out to me who's leading the league in a couple different categories is Ezekiel Duran from the Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
Out of him, there's also Ernie Clement from the Blue Jays I was looking at, but altogether, Ezekiel Duran has been above all other second basemen in the American League.
Yeah, I think you also got to try to give a nod to Travis Bazzana from Cleveland.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely.
Yeah.
He's got a pretty high pure rate of production. He's got a really high OPS amongst AL second basemen. He just doesn't have the full volume of plate appearances really to compete with some of the other guys. I think you also got to look at Cole Young. Cole Young's rocking a 2.5 WAR in 65 games played. He leads all AL second basemen in total value. But more than that, in a category, in a position where there isn't a lot of offense, Cole Young is leading his peers from a defensive runs prevented metric. So I think I'd have to give the nod to Cole Young. He's playing the best second base of the rest of his peers.
Yeah, I would agree that he's playing the best, but again, remember this is a popularity contest as well. I believe Ernie Clement will also get some of that shine from Toronto coming off of the pennant from last year.
True.
So we are going to have to see, even though they haven't been playing really up to their potential this year so far. There's been certain flashes of goodness that they had last year, and I'm still thinking they might be dangerous in the second half when people start to get more healthy. But you can't sleep on Ernie, and Ernie's my choice for second base.
How about National League, Bri? What do you got?
Oh gosh, I got to go Brandon Lau on this one. He has been, in my opinion, head and shoulders above. He's had a really great OPS, and Pittsburgh has been hanging around a little bit. They are starting to fade a little bit more and starting to kind of show their true colors, but they've been very exciting to watch this first couple months of the season. So, Dan, what's your choice?
Well, my choice is also Brendan Lau. I was debating between Brendan Lau and Bryce Harper from the Brewers,
Mm-hmm.
but with what Brendan Lau has been doing with the Pirates this year, I gave him the nod.
I think I might have to give the nod to JJ Weatherholt. JJ Weatherholt is quietly having a very good season. He's got a 2.8 WAR. He's batting around 250, but he's got 9 home runs and he's got 27 RBIs. JJ Weatherholt's playing a really good second base for the Cardinals right now. And, again, popularity, Terang's got a little bit more name recognition. Brandon Lau's got a little bit more name recognition, but give a couple of votes toward JJ Weatherholt. I think he might deserve them. Let's look at third base, where Bo Bichette is sitting there on my ballot, and I absolutely will not be voting for him.
Oh, but he's amazing.
Why not?
He's worth every penny, Spear.
No.
He's over the Mendoza line.
No,
Oh,
well,
he's
good for him.
fantastic.
That's fantastic.
That's right.
That's fantastic.
And his daddy played baseball too.
I'll tell you who else shouldn't be getting any votes, although he's got some name recognition too, is Manny Machado,
he's under.
He is absolutely falling apart at the seams.
Garbage.
As he should.
I know how big of a fan you are. So
His ears are getting in the way of his swing.
what do you think?
This guy would sooner kick a puppy than, let a good pitch go by.
Yeah.
But for me, my vote would be for Max Muncy. Muncy's having a really good season. He's batting 260 something with about 14 home runs. His OPS is just shy of 900, and he's got 144 OPS plus. Max Muncy for me is your third baseman for the National League, guys. Who do you got?
I have to second you. I have Max Muncy here as well. I think he's been absolutely fantastic. And also, there's got to be some Dodgers on this list.
You think?
The reigning 2-time champions.
That's right.
And just from a personal note, I was at the game in LA, as you both recall, it was Max Muncy's 3 home run heroics that kept them in the W column that evening. In fact, he was the one who hit the walk-off home run that night. So it was very exciting, very, very electric atmosphere. Seeing the rest of the numbers throughout, that wasn't just an isolated incident. So he's my choice as well. Dan?
I will third you guys and say Max Muncy
Ah,
is my choice for third baseman for a National League. Now, let's go to the
shortstop.
third baseman on the American
Oh,
side.
that's right.
Oh my God, I had quite a time trying to pick out the right person for this. For my third base, you guys are going to probably like laugh at me, but
Yes, we will.
you probably will. I went with Miguel Vargas from the White Sox.
Oh, Vargas. It just sounds like
You
something you
know,
get stuck in your throat.
I
Vargas.
know. It was up in the air. I was going with Junior Cabanero or Miguel Vargas. So I went with the nod. I went with Miguel Vargas. Will he be the starter for the American League? Probably not. It most likely will be Junior Cabanero, but I'm giving Miguel Vargas a nod.
All right. So you're giving a nice little nod. That's
Yeah.
very kind of you. Spear, where's your brain on this one?
I would have given Caminero the nod. I think he carries the highest pure offensive efficiency at the position. He's leading all AL third baseman in overall slugging and OPS. I would have given Caminero the nod, but I think you got to look at Vargas too. That's not a bad job.
Hmm.
All right. All right. So I got to tell you that even though they're in the AL East and competing against my beloved Bombers, I gave the nod to Junior. You just love the name Junior, right? Think about Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. That's what his dad would
Don't
call
call
Indiana.
me Junior.
That's right. Junior. And also, he's got a great last name. It sounds like the name of an SUV. Caminero. Yeah.
Oh
Right.
my
It's
God.
Oh my
great.
God.
He's got this kid's got all of it. I'm telling you. Listen, all kidding aside, the guy just mashes. Even beginning of the season, we were debating whether this guy was going to hit 50 home runs this year. And he's a little off from that pace, of course, but God, he hits the ball. He hits ball hard. And he's fun to watch. And as a result of his production, Tampa Bay has been a very interesting surprise, being toe to toe with the Yankees at the top of the AL East. So I have to give the nod to Junior.
All right, let's move on to shortstop in the American League, where my vote will be cast for Anthony Volpe.
You know what? I'm gonna stop at your house. I'm gonna slash your tires. I'm gonna poop in your mailbox, and I'm gonna laugh on the way home. Let me say something. I know you're trying to hurt me, and it's not appreciated. I thought we were better friends than that. And I want you to take this seriously, Spear. All right? I know you're trying to get a rise out of me, and you did. Congratulations.
I know.
But let's stop kicking Volpe when he's down. All right? Stop sending me Instagram videos of him like tanking a ball.
That's
or
not
missing
me. That's
something,
Dan.
right?
That's your brother.
Well,
That's not
well,
me.
you want to know something? Every time he tanks the ball, I look to see what the end result was of the game, and the Yankees still end up in the win column. So eat a bag of it, both of you.
All right, fine. Well, I'll tell you what, I wouldn't vote for Jose Caballero either, although he's acquitted himself well at shortstop before he got hurt. I think the more popular votes are going to go towards Bobby Witt. But I
Yeah.
want to give a nod to Kevin McGonigal and the Detroit Tigers. He's rocking a 3.7 total WAR. Again, quietly, a very good season. He's slashing 283 with 4 home runs and 24 RBIs with an 809 OPS at the shortstop position. That's not bad. I think a lot of votes are going to go Bobby Witt's way, but just a shout out there to Kevin McGonigal.
You know what? I have to agree with that statement as well. He just has a cool last name too, right? Doesn't that make you think of like Harry Potter? Wasn't there like the Professor McGonagall?
Yeah, Professor
right?
McGonagall. That's right.
So I'm just simply
There you
saying this guy's he's magic on the field. I like the nod there. I didn't choose him, but damn, he has a great last name.
Who you
Dan,
got?
I'll tell you who I got. I got Colson Montgomery. The fact that he's been productive, and the Sox have been a very surprised team coming into this year. We all know exactly how much of a dumpster fire, how much hot basura they were in last year's baseball campaigning. This year, they've been hanging around. And I like to think that Colson Montgomery has had a lot to say about that. Dan, who's your choice?
Well, you know what? I had Colson Montgomery as my choice, but do I believe that he's going to be the starter for the American League? I want him to be, but will he get the starting position? Bobby Witt
Likely
will.
not. Likely not.
Likely
I
not.
mean,
Likely not.
Bobby Witt's got all of the name recognition there. He's got all the
Yep.
cachet, so it's likely going to be a Bobby Witt as the starter, and not because he's just that's his name. Bobby Witt's still having a good season,
Still, yeah,
so
Yeah, he
absolutely.
is.
it's not
Yeah.
like he shouldn't be in consideration to be a starter. That would be different.
Oh yeah, his WAR is over 3. I mean, Colson Montgomery has WAR over 2 right now. But the thing is, I mean, like it's a good story. It's his second year, and like Brian said, the White Sox look a lot better. And signing Murakami this past year, it just breathes some life into that clubhouse.
That's for sure. All right, let's
Mhm.
move over to the National League. I can tell you right now, I'm not voting for Frankie Lindor. First of all, he hasn't been on the field enough for anybody to vote for him. So I don't. I mean, if you're a Met fan and you're voting for Lindor just because he's wearing a Met hat, I mean, you're at that point you're doing the Seinfeld thing. You're voting for laundry. So
Ah.
don't do that.
Mhm.
Uh, but for me, it's a toss-up between Ellie De La Cruz, who's having yet another fantastic season,
Mhm.
He's the man,
and
He really
CJ
is.
and CJ Abrams, who's just lighting it up right now for the Washington
mashing
Nationals.
it,
Uh,
mashing.
Yeah.
a slash line of 287, 14, 51. He's got a 904 OPS. That's crazy. CJ Abrams would get my vote for shortstop for the National League.
Yep. I have him as well. I have him down for all the reasons you just mentioned. And a little tip of the cap to the Nationals. I mean, they're playing over 500 ball right now, and again, it's because of contributions like this gentleman. So, Dan, who's your choice?
We have another one that is all three of us picked the same guy. I also
Oh,
have
hey,
Hey,
ding, 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 ding,
CJ
ding.
Abrams. Now,
Look
it
at you.
was just like Spear said, it's a toss up, but I actually had like 3 guys that was a toss up. I
Did
also
you?
give a shout out
can I
to
guess? Can I guess?
Otto.
Can I guess?
Oh, go
Otto
for it.
Lopez. Otto Lopez.
Yes,
Otto
yes.
Lopez.
Dude is batting
Lopa.
344 with 5 home runs, and he has an 861 OPS. Dude is just raking right now.
He
But
leads all major league position players with 93 total hits for the season.
sick. Those 3 guys are definitely going to make the team. Otto Lopez playing out of his mind. Ellie De La Cruz is doing Eli De La Cruz things, but CJ Abrams, wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely wow.
Yep.
Yep.
Absolutely.
All right. Catcher.
Yes.
Catcher. We will start with the American League, where I'm going to cast my vote for another athletic. I'm going to cast my vote for Shea Langoliers. Shea Langoliers has a 2.6 total WAR. He leads all catchers in offensive WAR and has a slash line of 283, 17, and 35 with an 880 OPS. Shea Langoliers gets my vote for
I
American League catcher.
I think you voted for him because you just like his first name because it gives you nostalgia from back in the old days.
I like a little
Shea
bit of Shea
Stadium.
Stadium. Yeah, I
You
like a
do.
little bit.
You
Yeah,
do.
a
You like a
little
little
bit.
bit.
A little
Listen,
bit.
I don't know if we're copying each other's homework here, but I have him as well. Not only does he mash, but he looked really, really good against my Yankees when they played. He was unafraid. He looked really confident at the plate, and his numbers absolutely show, as you just mentioned. So, Shea Stadium, Langoliers is my choice. Dan?
It's funny. I also went for the nostalgia, but not the nostalgia of Shea. I went for the nostalgia of Langoliers. You guys remember the Langoliers, Stephen King? Balky
Oh,
ripping
Oh
paper,
wow.
ripping
I,
paper, absolutely. But yes, I agree with
I,
both of you guys. Shea Langoliers is mashing it for the catchers. Sadly, I was looking at the batting average of my catcher right now, and I'm thinking, man, when does Shea Langoliers when does he become a free agent?
That's right.
mhm.
That's right.
Same
Here's
here.
the
Same here. We need catchers in the Bronx too, Danny.
I want to give a shout out to Ryan Jeffers of the Minnesota Twins.
Yep.
Dude has been absolutely raking, and it puts a smile on my face because you know what? I took a chance on Ryan Jeffers back in 2022 in fantasy baseball. That
Oh,
dude
like,
raked for me. And you know what?
oh.
He's doing it right now, and I love it.
I thought
Love
you were
it.
going to tell us that you got like his rookie card somewhere and you ran into him at a 7-Eleven and he signed it for you and you're really pulling for the guy.
No, 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 no. That's Dylan Dingler. Yeah, no, no.
Yeah, so that's the guy. That's
No,
the
it's
guy.
Adley
I'm
Rushman.
surprised. Yeah, I'm surprised you guys didn't vote for Dylan Dingler just based on his
Dingler,
name. I'm
Dingle,
stunned,
Dingleberry.
stunned, stunned.
That's the low hanging fruit there, right? No, we're not that predictable.
Yes, you are. All right, let's
Oh,
do let's do National League. What,
All right.
what do you guys have for National League catcher?
I gotta say, I love the Drake.
I love the
Drake Baldwin.
Drake.
Love the Drake.
Love the
You know,
Drake.
every time. Love the Drake. Drake Baldwin for Atlanta.
I too love the Drake. And you gotta
As
love
you should.
the Drake because he's got a 932 OPS with a
Mm-hmm.
163 OPS plus. He's slashing 303, 13, and 38. He's out of his mind. The Braves are one of the best teams in baseball this year, and it's Drake Baldwin, it's Matt Olson et al. Carrying the team.
Yeah.
It's got to be Drake Baldwin for National League catcher. Dan, what do you think?
Yeah, I hate the Drake, but I have to go with him.
Yep.
Hate the Drake. Hate
Hate
the
the
Drake.
Drake. Hate the Drake.
But
You hate the
yeah,
Drake?
yeah, I hate the Drake. Well, it's because he's on a different team. That's why I hate
Well,
him.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know. We know. We picked up on that, Dan,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
rolling with it.
Hey,
Comedy.
way to go, guys.
All right. American League outfield. If healthy,
Oh,
Aaron Judge is a no-brainer.
every
Mhm.
time.
Agreed.
Every
Every
time.
time.
Aaron Judge
Every
is
time.
very good at baseball. You should just pencil him in now. And you know what? He's going to get the votes anyway.
He is.
He's going to get them.
He will.
If healthy, Aaron Judge is very good at baseball. He's got one of the three top starting spots for outfield for the American League.
Mhm.
I gotta say, Cody Bellinger is making a
Yeah.
case to be the starter there in the event of.
Yes, absolutely. He
Cody
could
Bellinger's-
be replacing Aaron Judge if Aaron Judge is still hurt. Cody Bellinger definitely is making a case. I agree.
I would make an argument that he should be playing alongside him.
I was about to say, why are you choosing when
Yeah.
you can have both? I
Yeah.
think about that little Latina girl when she talks about like those tacos and they're like, flat or crunchy, and she's like, why not have both? And everybody like lifts them on her shoulders. Like that's what I'm looking at with Bellinger and Judge. Why not both? So I
they're
actually have
your-
them penciled in for two of them. Yes,
So
2 out of 3
they're-
are Yankees.
Oh, wow. So
Yeah.
they're both your cheesy gordita crunch then, right?
They certainly are, Daniel.
Damn right.
They're
Absolutely.
spicy and delightful.
Do you go with the hot sauce or do you go with the fire or the mild?
No,
Let me
you
see
know
what-
something. Mild doesn't have any flavor to it, right?
No,
But,
it doesn't.
But
It doesn't.
but the fire sauce, like, let's be honest, I really don't want to have my stomach lining really just eating away at each other like something out of an alien movie. So I will kind of stop in the middle and I'll go with hot because you get just enough a little heat for that and some good taste to it. So how about you guys? Hot, mild, or spicy?
Well,
Well,
I feel like I'm only going with like the soft taco, so just gonna go with Aaron Judge as one of my picks, excluding Cody Bellinger for not having the cheesy gordita crunch because I don't like the soft and hard at the same time. Just give me the soft taco. Give
Who
me the
else-
soft
Oh.
taco.
Who else
Dan-
rounds
Dan
it
is-
out?
Judge.
Yeah. Who
Who
rounds
else-
it out for you?
Who rounds it out, Dan?
My next two picks, I have Byron Buxton
Yep.
from the Minnesota Twins.
Yep.
Dude has been hitting bombs. I mean,
When
it's
he's
just-
healthy.
When he's healthy.
When
When
he's
he's
healthy,
healthy.
Byron Buxton is one of the best outfielders in the league. The problem with Byron Buxton is he's almost never healthy.
Correct.
So
Correct.
the fact that he's been as healthy as he's been all season and that he's
Yep.
put up these kinds of numbers is it's a return to form. So you
Yep.
got to give him the nod. I mean, he's killing it this season for sure.
So I have my last pick here from the Detroit Tigers. I got Riley Green
Yep.
as my choice here. I think he's a solid
Yep.
choice here. He's a really good chance of starting, especially now with Judge, being down, and it's questionable if he'll make it back in time for the All-Star game. But I got to go Riley Green for my third one here.
I'm going to give you a dark horse, but I think he's got some cachet, he's got some name recognition, and he's had something of a return to form throughout the early part of the season, and that's Mike Trout.
Yeah, I thought of that too.
Yes.
The only problem is he's more of a DH, it feels like these days, than he is an outfielder.
Yeah, but he's in the outfielder category. I'm not going to argue with you. He's in the
I know.
outfielder category.
I
He's got
know.
50. He's got 50 runs scored. It leads the league. He's got 15 home runs. His batting average is not great. He's batting
Nope.
220 something right about now. But he's still Mike Trout, and a healthy Mike Trout in the All-Star game is a good thing for baseball. I think he may get the votes. Do I think he should be a starter? Probably not. Will he represent the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim at the Midsummer Classic?
likely.
More than likely.
Most likely, yeah. He'll be on the bench. I don't know if he'll start, but he'll definitely be at
because
the game.
it's going to be in Philly too.
Yes, and he has the roots back to South Jersey, his stomping grounds, his hometown. I guess part of me still a little salty at the Anaheim Angels of Los Angeles, however they pronounce their names, for serving me a bum hot dog and I wasn't able to trust a fart for a week. So I'm not going to put an Angel as a starter. So that's just my own personal misgiving.
It's as good of a reason as any.
Hmm.
Not being able to trust a fart.
Oh, it's
That's
miserable.
that's 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 a thing. The National League, to me, the slam dunk in the National League is going to be Andy Pages, who's playing out of his mind. He's got a 3.7 WAR right now,
Yep.
56 RBI. He's got a 2.4 offensive WAR and a 1.6 defensive WAR in 60 games played. He's playing out of his gourd. He's the only slam dunk I had on my ballot for National League outfield.
Really?
I'm
The
gonna
only one?
well, the only slam dunk. I'm voting with my heart for my second one here, and that's gonna be Juan Soto. Juan Soto, who's been doing Juan Soto things again. He's batting 277 with 14 home runs and a 906 OPS. Juan Soto is the only reason to watch the Mets. He very much should be an all-star. Whether or not he's a starter, I don't know. But I would give my nod to Juan Soto there in my second spot, and I'd give my third one. I'm gonna overlook PCA mostly because he annoys me now.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
The other day a ball went over, he lost it, a ball went over his head and he couldn't figure it out, and then he just stood there.
Stood there.
Just stood there.
Yep.
And I'm like, "Bro,
Yep.
Yep.
run after the ball. Go do something. You're a professional ball player. What are you doing?" And he just stood
Yep.
there. He does not get
Yep.
my vote. Who will
Nope.
get my vote instead will be Jordan Walker from the St. Louis Cardinals, who's again
Absolute beast.
having a good season, 3.4 WAR with a 919 OPS, 52 RBIs in 68 games played. Jordan Walker from the St. Louis Cardinals gets my third spot there. That's Andy Pages, Juan Soto, and Jordan Walker.
So, Spear, what I'm hearing you say is up and down this lineup so far, Soto's your only Met representation, correct?
Correct. Yeah, because there's nobody else on the Mets who should be even considered to be an all-star. In fact, I'm stunned that they put any of them, on the ballot.
But don't they have to? Isn't that kind of the...
I don't care what the rules are.
Okay. Rule breaker.
Get them out of there.
Well, wait a second. How would you feel? Let me understand something for a second. Just take a step back here. How would you feel if you're a professional ball player, right? And maybe you're having a down year, but you're still the starter. You're a marquee player, and maybe your name rhymes with Pindor, and you start to see these ballots, and you've been like left off on purpose. Like, what does that say to you? Like, don't you think that would just like eat away at you as just an overall professional?
Yeah.
Like, I know
Yeah,
it makes
sure.
you giddy. I know it
Sure.
makes you happy because you're upset with his play, but I mean, that's like an absolute insult if they don't put that player on there,
Sure,
no?
sure. If I were a third baseman whose last name maybe rhymed with Flechette, I would potentially be very upset at being
I
left
wonder
out
who
from
that
our
guy
ballot.
could be. Wow.
At the same time, I think you have to acknowledge if you're a Pindor or a Flechette that you aren't playing well enough to be considered to be an all-star. Look, being an all-star is a privilege, not a right. Being on this ballot should be a privilege, not a right, and you should have earned your spot on this ballot. Neither one of Pindor or Flechette did that. So no, I wouldn't vote for them.
Honestly, every time you say indoor or Flechette, did I say that right? It sounds like yeah, fla. I gotta go with the fla. The Flechette and Pindor, they sound like curse words. So maybe that's what happens to the rest of this season for you.
Yeah,
Spear.
sure. I mean, maybe you could say the same thing about about a Tremian or a Grientos. I wouldn't have put any of those people on the ballot. Certainly, Soto is the only one who belongs.
Yeah.
The only one that I might give a nod to here, but he's too young and shouldn't show up on an all-star roster yet, is Carson Bench. Carson Bench, as a rookie, foisted into an impossible situation, is batting 260 with 7 home runs and a 714 OPS on a terrible team, and he's trying to carry his share of the water. So he might be the only one that I think deserved to be on the ballot,
Yeah.
but he should not be on the all-star team.
Yeah.
All right. Interesting. Well, I have this to say, Spear. I agreed with none of your choices. I will
Well,
say.
you know what? You know what the thing is? I looked at this list. It is a tough list. There's
It
a
is.
lot of good National League outfielders.
There are. Dan,
So-
who are your three? Let's start
My
with that, and then I'll
three,
give mine.
I actually had 2 deadlocks. 2 of those picks were Spears picks. Andy Pages was a deadlock for me because he's absolutely mashing the ball. And I had Jordan Walker as a deadlock. But then my third pick, I have to go with the heart. My team wouldn't be where it is right now without Brandon Marsh. Brandon Marsh has
Good.
been absolutely mashing the ball this year. He's the one that basically carried the team in May. He was supporting a 330, 340 batting average throughout the entire month of May. So this dude has gotten my nod. He's the one that has always been there, and he's turned into an everyday player this year. This is his first year that Brandon Marsh is an everyday player.
Go ahead, Dan. Throw your vote away. That's all I'm hearing.
Yeah.
And this,
No, it's going to be in
and this,
Philly, man. Brandon Marsh. Brandon Marsh is going to be there.
look, he'll be there, but I don't think he's going to start. He's not going to get the votes.
It's my heart.
I know it is. I know it is. And you go ahead and chase it. I'll give you this again. I don't agree with any of the three of yours either. So I'm coming from all different cities here. I've got JJ Bleday coming out of Cincinnati. I've got Corbin Carroll coming out of Arizona. And I got to tell you, I'm kind of, Atlanta happy here. I got Michael Harris as my third pick for my outfield.
This particular position group is so deep that you're going to leave off Ryan O'Hearn, who's killing the ball, 284 with 10 home runs, 34 RBIs, and 822 OPS.
Yep.
You're going to leave off James Wood, who again, 271,
Dashing.
18 home runs, 941 OPS. You leave off Acuna.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how deep this group is.
Not to mention, you have to give one more nod to a kid that struggled, and he was actually first overall pick by the Phillies. Mickey Moniak. Mickey
Mickey
Moniak
Moniak. You took it right out of my mouth.
he
Yep.
is batting 280, 12 homers, 28 RBI with a 942 OPS. He's leading OPS for the outfield in the National League.
That's right. And Jackson Churio is somewhere in this conversation as well. So the National League outfielder group is deep, deep.
Yeah.
So you could go in any particular direction here and not pick wrong.
Nope.
So let's get to the controversial ones here, Spear. Let's start with the designated hitters. And because the American League is the visiting team this year, I think it's only fitting that we let them go first. And in terms of a choice, who are we going with?
This one's easy. It's Yordan Alvarez, and there should not be anybody else in this conversation.
Wrong. Wrong.
Yeah,
Dan, who do you have, Dan? I know why, Spear. Go ahead.
Okay.
Dan, who do you got?
I have Yordan Alvarez too, man.
Wrong. You're both wrong. Terrible choice. Terrible choice. All for the reasons I'm going to tell you. He comes from a little team called Houston. And
the Planet Houston.
The Planet Houston. Yes, as General Zod would say. Let me say something. To hell with Houston. In fact, they should have a ban for the next 10 years, maybe 20 if I'm still pissed. A bunch of trash can banging pieces of basura.
Yeah, but
Was Alvarez on the team?
I know he wasn't a part of it, but he still needs to be punished. That whole franchise needs to be punished.
No, I'm sorry.
I don't care.
No,
you go ahead and apologize, but I'm giving my vote to Mr. Yandy Diaz out of Tampa Bay. He's doing just fine, and I don't need that filth coming out of the Planet Houston.
I mean,
Thank you
fine.
very much.
Yandy Diaz is batting 331 with 12 home runs and a 940 OPS. No problem.
Damn right.
No problem. I accept your vote.
Right.
But
and they're in first
Alvarez,
place. And they're in first place.
Facts. But Yordan Alvarez is all world right now with a 316 batting average, 22 home runs, and a 1.066 OPS. He is all world right now. It should be Yordan Alvarez. Your misgivings about the Houston Astros notwithstanding.
Ugh.
How about in the National League where it's going to be one person, but it probably should be another?
Yes.
No, we know how this is going to end.
Yes, we do know.
We know how this is going to end because you're talking about a country going ape shit versus a city going ape shit. And I'm sorry, but there's more money coming out of Japan than there is coming out of Philadelphia. There, I've said it. You're going to give it to the Martian. You're going to give it to the cyborg from the future. You're going to give it to Shohei Ohtani. End of discussion. Move along.
My thing here is one of the two of them, either Schwarber or Harper, has to start.
Yeah.
For the Phillies. Has to. You can make the argument that Harper shouldn't be the starter because Olsen is all world right now.
Okay.
But Schwarber is mashing. He's just killing the ball. He's got 24 home runs. He's got a 933 OPS. And with all due respect to Shohei Ohtani, he's a Philly, and they're playing the game in Philly. So, like, one of the two of them, Schwarber or Harper, needs to start this game.
Right. So I have a question for you. Do you really think that a whole country could outvote the Philly fans for Kyle Schwarber?
100%. And I'll tell you why.
Nope. All right, tell me.
I will absolutely tell you why. What is the population of Philadelphia versus Japan, Dan? Philadelphia has approximately 1.57 million people. Japan has 122.4 million folks. All right. Easily, they're gonna mash those votes every time. Dan, I went to LA. You weren't there. I'm telling you, like a third of that stadium was Japanese. They have that entire country as a loyal fan base. They are going to keep pushing those numbers. I agree. Schwarber mashes. He does. And you want to do the right thing. You want the home city. Maybe the alien does a classy thing and says, you know what? All things considered, I'm not going to be at the All-Star game this year. In fact, you know what? He actually did go down with a little bit of a convenient knee injury the other day. So this might be a signal to open the door for Schwarber to just get it by default. So
yeah,
there
but
is
that's
no
not right either.
That's
not right either.
Did I say it was right? I didn't
what?
say it was right, but it is the reality of it, man. I'm not saying he doesn't have his fan base, but his fan base is nowhere near Ohtani's. I'm stating a fact here. I get the numbers may be more in his favor, but people don't necessarily vote for the numbers. They vote for what's in their heart, and he doesn't have the name recognition that Ohtani has.
Kyle Schwarber absolutely has the name recognition.
Oh, he does not. Are you wait.
Outside of Philadelphia?
Outside of Philadelphia, he does not, Dan.
No, Chicago, Boston, everywhere he has played, Bry.
Dan, Schwarber could walk into a bar in Kansas City and just be a regular podunk guy. Ohtani walks into that same bar and everybody immediately recognizes that he's Shohei Ohtani.
I hate to have to agree with Brian. You know how that makes me crazy.
Go
but he's
right ahead and
right.
hate it.
He's
I certainly am.
Let's extend this conversation a little bit, right? Because he won't vote necessarily for this particular position, but the same kind of debate applies because you got Ohtani, and then you got Chris Sanchez.
Yeah. Who's going to be the starter?
I mean, by rights, it should probably be Chris Sanchez.
Yeah,
who leads all pitchers in WAR. He had that epic scoreless streak.
50 2/3. I was there. It was great.
By right, it should be Chris Sanchez. Now, I know there's no vote here, right? You don't vote for starting pitchers.
Nope.
But by rights, it should be Chris Sanchez.
I agree with that.
So I won't discount that, but, there is a guy out of Milwaukee. And you guys
Mizorowski.
Oh, yeah.
Mizorowski.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just looking at the numbers here, and, he's one game shy of what Sanchez has pitched, and their records are almost identical. Yep. Sanchez 8-2, Mizorowski is 7-2. You got to give a slight edge to Mizorowski in the K department with less games pitched. Well, also with a lower ERA.
Dude pitches 104 miles an hour. Of course, he's going to have more strikeouts.
Lower ERA, lower WHIP, and lower batting average against. I mean, people are batting an anemic 151 against him.
He's a beast. He's a beast.
He's a beast.
And in terms of innings pitched and hits, I mean, he has roughly half the amount of hits against him than Sanchez does. Sanchez is still hittable. He's still a great pitcher. I'm not taking anything away from the guy at all. But you make a really good case for the man out of Milwaukee to be your starting pitcher for the National League.
I agree. I completely agree. I mean, they're neck and neck in most statistical categories for pitching. This is one where it's like Ohtani. Again, as magical as Ohtani is, he's the unicorn of Major League Baseball. But Sanchez and Mizorowski are all world right now. Mizorowski's got a 1.5 ERA. Sanchez is a 1.54. Yeah, Mizorowski's got
God.
116 strikeouts. Sanchez has 113. So they're right
Sick.
there. They're right on top of each other in pretty much every statistical category.
Anything can happen. Sanchez, if he keeps it up and Jacob, starts to fall back a little bit with Milwaukee, then you could see Sanchez getting the nod for the start.
How about starting pitcher for the American League, where for me, there is a cut and dry answer to this.
Yes, there is.
Dan, I'm wondering what you think, but there's a cut and
Say
dry
it.
answer to this for me.
Say it.
Yeah.
Say it.
I will.
I know.
I'm gonna let
Say it.
I'm gonna let Dan weigh in first.
Say it, man.
I don't know if I want to weigh in on this.
Say it.
You got to give it to him. You have to. There's no choice here. You really do.
Are you saying that I'm going to have to say the starter is going to be a New York Yankee and it's going to be a shit litter?
You have to.
got to, Mister Cam Schlittler,
Litter.
for the win.
Yeah, you really kind of, you have to give it to him. You really
Dude,
do.
You don't have to give him anything. You don't have to give him anything. He's totally earned it.
I'm just upset that you guys have such a good farm system. It pisses me off. Come on.
Schlittler is all world right now, though.
Oh,
Schlittler is all world. He leads the league in WAR for pitchers. He leads the league in ERA with a 1.87 ERA. He leads the league in whip with a .866 whip. That's off the wall.
Yeah.
Batting average, he leads with 191 average. And I mean, he's had a couple of rough starts. That just tells you how absolute dominant he has been at the start of this season. So this man, I don't know how to say this. I mean, as a Yankee fan, he's undeniable. He just is.
Yeah, I can't argue. He should be the starter for the American League. There's no doubt about that. So cast your votes, ladies and gentlemen, listeners of the Three Tool Players podcast. Cast your votes right now on the Major League Baseball website. And you know where else you can cast a vote? You can cast a vote when you listen to every single episode of the Three Tool Players podcast on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, and on YouTube. Cast your vote by giving us a 5-star review. Mash those like and subscribe buttons. Vote with your finger. Vote with your dollar. Vote with your thumbs or whatever. Vote with something. Vote.
Please vote.
And you can follow us on Instagram and on TikTok at Three Tool Players. For Brian and Dan Hammer, I'm Chris Spear. We thank you for listening to this episode of Three Tool Players.
Say it!